So Josh, constantly reading about our environment and about how modern agriculture is affecting our environment. Our environment, the impacts that society, nations are having on our environment is really a hot topic today. It's been said that we have 60 more crops. And that's been by some of the major university scientists have said if we keep on farming the way we're farming, that we've probably got 60 more crops to produce food. We have lost since 1960 about 25% of our agricultural production here in the U.S. just to urban sprawl. A lot of people don't realize that we have. We're today losing our fertile production zone on these farms at a rate of 10% faster than we're replenishing. I don't know that we understand and know that. I don't know that the industry understands and knows that we're losing it that fast. 10% faster than we're replenishing it with a crop residue, crop rotation, cover crops, or whatever that may be, that it's a hot topic. But when I look at other nations, they're losing theirs at a rate of 30 to 40 times faster than it's being replenished. So what do you feel like that Genesis Ag could do by helping change this? And with some of the products that we have available of helping curb this, so we're actually start rebuilding soil, we actually start rejuvenating soil, and 60 years down the road, I won't be here. You have a high probability that you're going to be here in 60 years. But your nieces, nephews, children, in 60 years, what will they be facing? So how do you feel like our technologies that we currently have today? You know some things that we have in the pipeline. You know some things that we're working on as far as working with the soil biology, some things we're trying to figure out. How do you see our company playing a role in that? Because 60 years, you're going to be leading this company. Probably much sooner than that, but 60 years, you're going to be sitting where I'm sitting today. So how do you see this unfolding, that our company is going to be a significant leader in this change?
So a lot of what we look at as far as our company and what we've got in the pipeline, products that we're developing and testing currently, are things to help and promote soil health, soil biology, increasing that diversity number that I talk about, looking at your overall soil health basically, and trying to get that going. We've done some things on our farm before where we've grew a significant yield with no fertility inputs applied, because we're trying to implement some of the technologies that we're trying to take to our customers in consumer agriculture now. So in saying that, it's getting the biology working for you. We've got several farms that have been on our biological program for several years that most people would say that they're mining their soil because they're not applying the P's, the K's, the calciums, the magnesiums, the nitrogen, and their numbers are actually going up in their soil because you get the soil biology working for you. Those numbers are there. Looking at a soil test now, you see these numbers, and we all get scared about 6 parts per million of phosphorus in our soil, but that's not the total phosphorus load there. We're working on less than 10% a lot of times less than 5% on phosphorus of efficiency in our soil. We've got piles out there that 1 to 2, 3 generations may never deplete their phosphorus if they never applied it again. But what we're looking at is plant health, soil health, getting everything working for you to where these inputs that we're applying synthetically and commercially don't need to be applied at the rate that we feel like they need to be applied.
Do you think the industry understands for every pound of nitrogen applied synthetically, not biological, uses 10 units of carbon? And so if we're in an environment that we're putting on, say, 200 units of N, that's a ton of carbon that's going to be burned in our 1 acre, that's going to be exhausted by that 200-pound application of nitrogen. So if we're trying to sequester carbon, which is really the hot topic right now, I think American agriculture could be the greatest key to this new evolution of actually climate change, and we're reversing climate change. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's a definite key. If you look at what your soil has the capacity to carry, it's got a ton of nutrients, more nutrients than we know is out there, and it's got a ton of energy out there. But a lot of times with the way that agriculture is trending now, we're doing things to limit that. I've got a ton of customers that say 30 years ago when they pulled the chisel plow across the field, that it didn't take as many horsepower to pull that plow 30 years ago as what it does now in the same field. It could be the same plow, same implementation, but it takes more horsepower to pull that because of the energy that's burning out of that soil constantly. It's reducing the soil's natural energy. It's reducing the oxygen that's in the soil. That's something we've not mentioned is, through all of our studies, we feel like oxygen is the greatest limiting factor in our soil. So in trying to build that oxygen up, build our soil's energy, build our soil biology, these are all things that are key for the future of agriculture.
So you think Genesis Ag has some answers for this green revolution, so to speak? You think that we could supply some of the technologies where we as farmers could be the answer to this huge problem?
Well, sure. It's just getting our biology out there and getting it kick-started, getting an energy source to get it going, getting kind of the snowball rolling, and once it starts rolling, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and that could be the future.